Hi everyone! こんにちは、エリーです。今回ちょっと急遽動画を回してるんですけど、今回の動画はダディと日本移住の決断をしたその理由に関して詳しくお話ししようと思って撮っていたんですけれども、その中で肝心な皆様からすごいたくさん質問をいただいていた内容の、ダディの仕事について、あとは我が家の愛犬マウイについてをお話詳しくし忘れてしまったので、ちょっと冒頭で私がきちんと説明できたらなと思って今急遽撮っています。で、この移住の報告動画を上げた後に皆様からたくさんのコメントやメッセージをいただけて本当にすごく嬉しいです。皆さん本当に温かいメッセージありがとうございます。この私たちの新たなライフスタイルを、これからも見守っていただければと思います。で、ダディの仕事に関してなんですけれども、今と変わらず引き続き仕事は続ける形になります。なので、それができる、可能になるっていうことが、まず移住の理由の一つです。私たちが最初に、結構前からですけれどもね、リモートで仕事ができるってなった時に、じゃあどこを拠点にしていくっていう話になって、で、やっぱりいろいろ起こって、今度ちょっとこの後動画で詳しく説明しますが、いろんなことが重なって日本移住を決めました。なので本当にタイミングよく、私たちこういう機会をいただけたので、彼も私もアメリカでも日本でも生活できるってなった時に、じゃあ日本でも生活してみようよという話が始まりました。で、愛犬マウイに関してなんですけれども、もちろんマウイも日本に一緒に行きます。ただ、今、一緒に過ごせていません。というのも、プロセスがすごく時間がかかるもので、ご存知の方も多いと思うんですけれども、アメリカから犬を日本に連れて行こうと思うと、かなりプロセスが大変で、私たちの場合、こう家を売却して、で、今ちょっとノマドライフというか、ホテルだったり Airbnb に滞在して、で、その後日本に行っても日本の実家に狭い実家にお世話になってっていういろいろちょっと間がねバタバタがあったので今、マウイは彼の両親のお家で預かっていただいています。彼の両親グランパグランマが本当にマウイのことをすごく可愛がってくれているので、グランパグランマのお家に一匹ワンちゃんがいるので、そのワンちゃんともすごく仲良く遊んでいるみたいで、いつも今写真とか動画を送ってもらっていて、寂しいですけど、マウイがすごい楽しそうに過ごしているのでよかったなと思って、このバタバタな間一緒にいるのも本当にかわいそうだなと思っていたので、そうですね。なので日本で新たに私たちの新居に引っ越してマウイを迎えようかなと思っています。で、今からちょっとダディと詳しく日本移住のきっかけ、決断を決めた理由を詳しくお話ししていこうと思うので、引き続き動画を最後まで見ていただければと思います。はい、どうぞ。Hi everyone! こんにちは、エリーです。今日もカーターと撮影をしていきます。
Hi everyone! So we wanted to say, first of all, we read all the comments. Thank you so much for supporting our move to Japan, and I know it's going to be different kind of videos and different world, but I hope you all stay watching and come along for the ride, and it really means a lot to me to know that everyone's supporting me going to Japan. So today's video is all the reasons why we're moving to Japan.
Right. So 今日はね、皆さんがすごく気になっていらっしゃる移住の理由を説明していきたいと思います。かなり長くなると思うんですが、詳しくお話できたらなと思うので、Yeah, we can have a little bit more details and yeah,
So I think we're just gonna have a conversation, and you guys can just listen in because we've talked about this like a million times, and I think there's always so many different reasons.
So many reasons that actually so many reasons that we cannot, put into one. But
right, but the number one thing we agreed on.
So we have three, right?
Right, we have three major reasons that we really want to hone in on. But the number one we both really agreed on was family.
Yes, family. So obviously I have a whole family in Japan, and last year when I lost my grandma, it hits me really deeply, and I got a little bit depression after that. I think that was beginning of January, like end of around this time, like it's been a year, around Christmas. and after the Christmas, January, New Year in Japan, and it was really sad moment for me that I was so far away from family and I couldn't spend time with, support my mom or support each other with my family.
And also, you have 3 kids. You can't just leave at a whim's notice to go to Japan. It's not a quick flight, unfortunately, right? So it was tough for you, I remember.
Yeah. And it happened to me like when I lost my grandpa, but it was before having kids, and I think after we got married, right? Yeah, after the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, you flew to Japan.
I flew to Japan.
You got to Narita Airport.
Right.
You took you took a car.
During my flight, my grandpa passed. It was a really hard moment. I wanted to see him the last moment, right? And it happened to my grandma too. It's for everybody who lives far away from family. It happened to everybody, but I know that I have to understand that. But it was so hard for me that, especially I was so close to my grandparents, and then I was just thinking about my parents getting old. What has happened to my parents? I kept talking to him that I can't be normal if it happened to my parents like this, Like, how could I process myself that?
But also that we want our kids to know their grandmother more, like spend more time with her, and that was important to us as well. Obviously, my family's here, but they've had a lot of time with my family, and they're still gonna have time with my family because they can come visit more often.
And we come visit them.
And so we're gonna come visit my mom every summer. So my mom feels a little sad but understands. Right.
I'm sad too for you thinking about your parents, but I think because both our families are far away anyway, and then but especially Japan, it's so far, so we're kind of thinking about like only see once a year, and think about how long my parents live. So you never know what's gonna happen in the future, right? And once a year is not enough. Like think about your parents. Like we see each other like at least 3 times a year. That's ideal, but I don't think we can do that.
Right.
Because of school.
Well, also you have brothers, and they have like your brothers has kids
my niece
too.
And nephew.
So your mom has helped him as well, and she also has a job still. So there's lots there that's a little different.
They have their own lifestyle too, so they cannot visit here a lot. My mom does it, but my dad has his own lifestyle, and he's getting old, so probably he doesn't want to fly here and then spend time, spend long time with us. So it's getting harder. And then as we are kind of talking about, because our kids getting older, still young enough, and then this is the best time to spend time with the whole family together.
Yeah, for like, if you ever grew up with cousins, they're almost like brothers or sisters when you're so close. Right. The kids being young and having cousins in Japan, I want them to have more close-knit relationship.
Yeah.
Grow up together. Where in America they don't have any cousins like that to grow up with.
Right.
So that was important to me as well.
Right. Because my niece is still young. She's 3, and it was so nice last summer when we spent time together. Every summer when we were there, spend time together, and they're so cute together. And I felt so sad that we cannot be close. And this is the time that I realized like they're still young. So it's nice to grow up with a family close.
The other thing that you mentioned one time was, everybody's at my mom's house celebrating my dad's birthday, but I cannot come.
Right.
And, or my niece is graduating, I cannot come.
Right.
Missing all of the milestones, and then we realize, they're gonna miss all of our milestones too.
Right.
Graduating
Birthdays,
high school might be the only one they can make.
Right.
But birthdays, celebrating Children's Day, Girls' Day, or just any kind of like special kind of relationship.
And New Year's too.
Yeah. Like special relationship, kind of like, Ah-chan taking Haley to do something fun, just Haley. It's not gonna be possible.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of that with my mom.
Right.
They did a lot of that already, and I think when, obviously my mom is sad, but we made arrangements for her to come every spring, and they can stay for 2 or 3 weeks. We can go
Then
to
we
Hawaii
go-
together,
yeah.
and also we're gonna go there in the summertime and have a whole 6 weeks together. So
So we definitely make a time with
Yeah,
them too.
yeah.
Because of my family is so close to each
Mhm.
other, and we always celebrate everyone's
Mm-hmm.
birthday, or we always have events going
Mhm,
on
mhm.
together. It's more like American, right?
Yeah.
Christmas together, New Year's together, birthday together, and going to a lot of places together,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And we're not part of it, like because we live in
Right.
America.
Right.
That was sad part. We want the kids have the great relationship with our families
Mm-hmm. Right.
too. Yeah, that's the main reason. I think everyone would understand that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, being far away from families, it's hard. We did it. We made it through.
I can't believe it.
I know, like for 7 years, we did it. And so right now is the best time
Mhm.
to be with the cousins and parents,
Uncles, aunties.
yeah, uncle, aunties.
And even like just even your mom's brother, his sons, right? They might not be like so close, right? But they will never know each other if they're not near each other ever, right? So I don't have a big family, and if I moved to my mom, it'd just be my mom, right? So it's not like we wouldn't get the same benefit if we just moved where my parents live. So we thought that's really important. Obviously, when your grandma passed away, it kind of
And also, my uncle
right.
got cancer. That happened like back to back. My grandma passed and my uncle got cancer, and then in my mind I think about like why I didn't spend time
Right.
with them more. Why I didn't visit them more.
Right.
You know, like kind of like you blame yourself a lot that you being so far away from family, and I felt guilty a little bit.
Yeah. And so I think when I probably asked you this 2 or 3 times, hey, do you want to live in Japan?
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like, well, maybe for a year, but I like it here. I think after that moment, when your uncle and grandma had their illness, you were like, I think I'm ready. I realized there's more to life than just this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm incomplete.
It's so fun to live in California, of course. I love living here. I love people here, friends here, and being close to your parents here. But I felt empty inside of me. Even the beautiful weather, beaches, everything makes me happy. I know that. But it's not about it. Like, I think because we're getting older, we have a kids, my mindset, and also I live here 15 years. I felt,
Mission accomplished.
I experienced everything,
Yeah.
good and bad.
And so for me, obviously I had no family in Japan, but her brothers from day one treat me like third brother.
Oh, yeah.
So I always felt like, okay, I don't feel like out of place, or
Sure.
they really think like, ooh, Carter, tell us more about your lifestyle. We were curious. It was very open, right?
Yeah.
And her older brother, both of them are so cool. Like they're different personalities, but I really like built-in brothers.
Yeah.
From day one, not even like knowing them.
Right, true.
Just, hey, welcome.
Yeah, they're so welcome.
So welcoming.
Because it's your same age as
Right.
my older brother, and oldest brother is like
2 years
7
older.
years from me, so 2 years older
Right.
than you.
So
Yeah.
very close in age. Yeah. So yeah, and so they also have similar interests to me, which is really cool.
Right, right.
Yeah. So it felt like I'm gonna gain more family, and I'll have built-in friends and family, and obviously her dad has been really great to me since the beginning as well, and never felt like I was an outsider.
Right,
So I never felt like, oh, it's gonna be weird for me.
right.
So I'm really happy.
I mean, your parents too.
Oh yeah, right.
Both sides.
Right.
I felt really like
Yeah.
welcome, and they were so sweet to me entire
Yeah.
time. Like never.
Basically, family was super important, and that really started the whole journey of should we move to Japan,
Right.
and then we started thinking, what are the other should we? What else is the reason, right? And I think the second reason we came up with,
Right.
just